It's good to see everyone. First of all, I just did already start the recording, but how do you guys like Monday night kicking off the month together? You guys like that? Does that work for you? Awesome. What we're noticing is that, there's just so much stuff going on in life. So our goal over this next season, and would love any kind of feedback, is to really get really simple on, when and where to be on, not taking up a ton of time so that we can have more on purpose time. But, there's so much that we can do to perfect our craft, and it's all in the name of helping more people, which is pretty exciting. And, we came off a really awesome month last month. Lots of people getting healthy. I can't even count how many celebration calls, exploring coaching calls. And it's just, guys, from my perspective and just looking at you guys right now, it's amazing to realize how many lives we're touching here. So again, our goal is to simplify. So we wanted to start out the month by just kind of hitting on some basics and just kind of going over the basics that really help us get a solid start. There's so many of you here that are helping so many people and moving forward and in your health and life. And it's just, Andrea said it really well on the health huddle tonight, just about continuing to move forward. And, it's kind of like a baby crawling, you make progress, and before you know it, you're running. So just wanted to congratulate you guys all on your health, on the people you're helping, and just getting better daily. I'm watching all you guys kind of blossom in the amount of people you're helping here, and also why some of you are shrinking down. Like Kim, I didn't even recognize that was you. Like, honestly, I had to look at your name. Like, it's crazy to watch. So before we kick off tonight, I was just going to have a few people share some things that if you guys actually want to pop off, maybe you weren't planning on sharing, but I had a few people tell me just some people that had some awesome months, and just we're just sharing nuggets that are helping us help more people. So if you do want to share as we go through, feel free to pop off. Many of you guys, all of you guys had incredible months. All of you guys did something amazing last month. And I know since I already mentioned her name, Andrea, Dawn said that you had something really awesome that happened to you last month that you could share, like a nugget for the group. So go for it.
Hey, I have actually several. And one of them is just to wake up with a purpose and focus for that day, the day at hand. Tomorrow has enough worries of its own. So just focusing one day at a time and focusing on that day. That was a big one for me. And I'm learning how to be present. There's a book that actually Dawn recommended. It's Present Over Perfect. That book is speaking to me loud and clear, because it's actually allowing me to clear my schedule. And actually, Ashley said this in one of the Tuesday 20s, to clear your schedule of things that are really not necessary, that are not moving you in the direction that you want to go. So I've started to quiet the noise, look at what I can eliminate from my schedule so that I can be fully present 100%. Another great thing is time blocking. Time blocking has been marvelous for me, so that I can really, in that hour that I have or whatever, I can really be on purpose and really move my business forward. And working with the hundreds list, that again is just, so yeah.
I love it, Andrea. Be present and just simple focus on the basics. And it's awesome. I've had a really good few months, new fully integrated business coach, a lot of awesome stuff, a lot of people getting healthy. So congratulations. Great tips. I think everyone got something from that. All great reminders. So let me jump down to California. We'll have Janet share. Janet, you've been kicking butt, hit over 10,000 in frontline volume this month. And I just remember even the first time you were looking at helping others, and you've just done so well. As so many people here, but just, you've had some nuggets and some shifts. What would be your shift and your share for the people here on the call as we go into another month?
First, I'd like to say it's really great to hear people that have been doing this for 2 and 3 years, and they're still growing and learning every single day. It's so I haven't been quite a year yet, but I think a month or so ago, I just woke up and realized, oh my gosh, I have a real business. Before that, it just sort of happened organically. It's just going, and I'm just kind of chasing to catch up. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I just had this mind shift of, wow, this is really, really a business. And as much as I love the stories and the feeling I get when I have clients, I'm at the point now where they're at the 50s and the 70-pound weight loss, and how it's changed and transformed their lives. it just hit me that I am also in a position to really help people change their life in another way. Like I have several coaches that are looking at doing this to replace their real estate or their other business. And like, you know, they have dreams, like what it can look like for their family. So I just got very excited about, wow, I had no idea that I could really, like, this is really real. Like I can really, really support people and influence them in a really big way. So it just sort of shifted my mind to taking this, you know, even more seriously and doing the time blocking and waking up, you know, everything that everybody said is like, I'm just following directions and doing what they tell me to do, and it's working. So
I love it, Janet. There's a lot of great tips there with the time blocking and just like the realization. And what's cool about this is kind of what some of the things we'll cover tonight. We're gonna cover some basics. It's just that if you follow the steps day by day, like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I have a business here. And it just, you're so focused on people that it just continues to grow and grow and grow. So love your serving of others. Is there one like tip that you would say that's helped you kind of like keep it all together and bring on as many people as you've brought on this last little bit?
yeah, I totally lean on Shireen and Lori and you. I mean, I know for a fact that you guys have my back. Like in the beginning, I'm like, I am so much trouble. I'm so disorganized. I'm not a tech person. Like, I feel like I'm just swimming upstream. And you know what? They're there. Like, they got my back. They're totally supporting me. I'm like, okay, this is for real. And I'm learning how to completely be there for people and just take supporting people to a whole nother level. So, you know, it's just taking time to trust. And the one other thing is, L'Oreal and Shireen always say, well, who do you want to work with? Like, who do you want to spend your time with? And it's really just like, my clients are my friends. And now we're hanging together as a team of coaches. It's like, oh my gosh, I get to hang with my friends every day. And that's what I love. We're all moving forward together. And I love these people anyway. So how wonderful is that?
Yeah, you can't teach that. I love that. That's how it's done. So good tip. I love hearing that. I mean, we could call on anyone here tonight, but I really love the way you put it. Really refreshing. Look, congratulations on all the people you're helping. Great month. And let's pop over to Christy. Christy, another great month. And Bill Birdie told me you had some awesome shift that's just really been, because again, guys, coaching should always be fun. It's a way, like, you know, I just love the way people have encompassed like what we're doing with it. And this is a good perspective. That's why we start off the month like this. And Christy, I heard you had a really good shift that's just really made coaching just continue to be fun and had some awesome growth on some things that you've done recently.
Thank you, Brad. Hi, everyone. I'm going to joke here and laugh that I think, honestly, the big shift for me this month was getting a new office and being intentional. So that being said, because I have an office and a place to be intentional, this month really just focusing on the abundance and who do I want on my dream team. So when I'm focusing on my 100th list and I'm making my conversations and staying in relationship with everyone, who do I want to join me? Who has that same excitement? And then in doing that, really just setting up those group, we've been doing some group power hour sessions. So working hand in hand with my team, doing it together and just having fun.
Tell me about the power hours, because some people are figuring this out. I think all across the board here, I'm looking here, we all have different schedules. Tell me about how you've implemented the power hours. It's a lot of things that people have done. It's nothing new. It's just a focused time that you've scheduled into the week that helps you get more done. As people are kind of set up their month, and some of us people are looking here and like they have more of a business than they've really ever realized, or some people are now back in school, different schedule. How did you situate power hours into your week, and like how is that helping out?
Wow, so good question. It kind of goes hand in hand with that time blocking. So having a place to really come in and sit down for a few minutes and focus. So I just honestly I'll set up random power hours. I'll message my team and say, hey, jumping on a power hour. If anyone's available, jump on with me. Let's work hand in hand. We'll do side by side. And so sometimes I have them scheduled. I'll say, okay, I'm doing one tomorrow at 2 or tonight at 10 or, you know, whatever. Or sometimes I lost my train of thought, sorry. But so doing a scheduled one or doing them randomly and time blocking. So come in for an hour. We have it where we do 15 minutes of reaching out, 15 minutes of follow up, 15 minutes of like Facebook posts, whatever that hour looks like. And then we break away and, I go play with my family and I go do this and I go do that. And then I'll do another power in the afternoon. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, that's great. It's really helpful. I know a lot of people have implementing that, and it's just been helping them get more done during the week, more touches, whatever their business needs. So I love it. It's great. Thanks, Christy, for sharing. I'm going to hop over to one more person. And before we jump into just a few things tonight, Antonio and Annie, I was going to call on you guys. We sat down a few months ago and just speaking of basics and some different things, you guys wanted to ramp up your frontline volume. You guys have been coaching for a long time. And you decided that you wanted to raise up your frontline volume, and you've raised it up significantly over the last few months. So what would you say if the goal is to reach more people? If you're sitting here on the line and you want to help more people, what would your tip be that you did with your business?
Well, hello, everybody, and thank you, Brad, for this opportunity to share how we were able to bump up our frontline volume. We built our community here in Tracy. The reason for the community is, of course, to support our clients, and also we want to inspire each one, sharing their successes in our program, and just having fun, like doing a healthy community, healthy activities such as bowling, or teach them how to do one lean and green recipe. And also, actually, this month we have a florist, and she suggested that she wants to teach our community how to do simple flower arrangement by using pumpkins, since it's fall right now. And of course, we also found out that somebody is so into the meal prep, and that really is very appropriate for the community. And then we also highly recommend for them to bring friends along with them during our community hour. And of course, once you have built this relationship with each one, you're also creating trust. And once trust is developed, you also create referrals from them. So we actually invest in our community.
Yeah, what we're looking for are activities that it's fun for everybody. So it's not just like golf will be good mostly for men or women. But what we do is we want to bring in their kids too, because, most of the time on weekends, people are always with their family. So we thought of having a bowling, and that attracted a lot of people. We had like 16 people who showed up last minute saying, yeah, I want to play. So they really had a good time. And then just look for opportunities for you to build your networking. Over the weekend, I was just invited to go to a gala, and I was really surprised. I was invited, but I took the opportunity saying, you know what, this is the time for me to communicate with other people outside of my influencers or friends. And it created a lot of pre-clients, health coaches who are asking for friends who are asking what I'm doing. So going outside of your comfort zone is what we've learned about. And it's really, really awesome if you try to look for something outside and being comfortable what you're doing. So community is awesome. And thank you, Brad, for helping us out, mapping what we need to do. And we executed what you told us, and it's working. Thank you.
I love it. I'm glad you guys shared on that. So what's a really good example is boiling this down is community can be whatever it is you want it to look like. So they did that, they wanted to be active with the people in their community. They happen to have a large client base there. So they decided to do a couple things a month where they would gather a lot of the people that, the friends and family they're working with. And when people get around other people that are healthy, it starts to pull them all in. Like I've met some of your amazing clients this last little bit. So you might not need to do exactly that, but it's just a great idea of just showing value into the people that you're around. And when you start it and you build into it, anything can happen. So guys, thank you for all the great tips. I loved it. And I'm going to actually share my screen here and pop into a few things tonight. And basically, name this call the start off the month, the Grow Strong community. Janet, you mentioned being part of a community that wants to continually grow. And tonight's call is going to be a little bit longer. And if you have to pop off, that's fine too. We have a lot of people that are going to catch the recording. But our goal over this next little bit is to give you guys, I know so many of you, and you so have a passion for the health you've created and helping others, and anything that is worth, or basically let me say this, is anything that, you expect to grow or to, have dividends in, it takes work and focus. And so tonight we're going to cover a little bit more of those nuances. But a lot of people ask us this last little bit is, how do I grow our business? I want to reach more people. How do I do this? How do more people have more of those transformations? So we wanted to go over a few of the things tonight. And it's all a good review. Still, 8 years into this, I'm still, guys, just focusing on the basics of falling in love with what I'm doing daily, my health, and the people that we're supporting here. So this is actually going to be a little bit more focused at like the manager to executive director level. We've had a lot of new executive directors. We've had a lot of new, managers, people here that weren't here before. And it's just so great to see different people in different communities expanding and rising here. So, guys, as we start off this month, and that's the reason why we kick off the month together to help us get focused. There's a reason why we have support and community to help us focus on our health. It makes it easier. This is just a cool refresh. And I'm going to go over a bunch of different things here. I'm going to go over it pretty quickly, and you can expand on this, but I want to give you guys the formula for success in this and in your health and in everything is plug in to the simple things that you can learn to serve others and serve yourselves, and work closely with your health coach. Those are the two places to be right now. And if you're not doing those things, that's what I would encourage you. If you are working with a support team but they don't know where you want to go, I would really make sure that you communicate with them, because they want to see you just like they want to see your health expand. They want to see your business and the people in your world expand. But the simple formula, guys, that I'm going to break down in generality as we kick off this month, just the way to put your business. A thriving business is going to be having, basically a 5-in-1 approach. You don't have to, tear up your business every single month. It's just literally like simple touches, making gains in the people around you that make the difference over time. Like I'm watching Janet, and I remember Janet being like, oh, I'm not going to help that many people. And then just look, one at a time, people transform their health and you fall in love with it. So the simple recipe is 5-in-1. If you can bring 5 people to start their health journey into your business a month, and watch out and integrate to the point, I'm not talking about getting coaches. I'm talking about helping someone so abundantly that it's just the natural next step for them. So I want to go over some of the steps and some of the things that make it really simple to create the predictable transformation. And I wanted to go over the basics. I kind of like, football, me, a football person, is kicking off football season, day one, this is a football, going over the basics. So just so you get comfortable with this, and some of the stuff I go over here real quick may not be like, oh, this isn't really speaking to me. I'm not a numbers person. I'm not a dollars person, but I want you guys to know it, because I want you to know that you get compensated well for supporting people. So just in case you were wondering, like the support that you're giving and the reason, not only is there enough reason to reach out and help people with this, and there are so many people that wish for better health in their life, like Ramon sharing on the health huddle tonight, that, he was that stubborn person that said, I'll do it myself. I'll work out. I'll do this. No, I don't need that. Eventually was like, I'm ready to create health, and had done in 3 months what he had killed himself to do for years, and is way even further than that. That's what the people's lives are around us. So looking at a business and understand coaching, there's 2 ways you'll hear us talk about points, because hopefully, let me ask you guys real quick, does everyone have their map? You guys got your map filled out? Let's see here. Who's got their map? I see Christy. I see Janet. I see Antonio and Annie. Who's got their map? Antonio's going to go get it. Christy's reaching for it. Janet's on it. I know you guys are on it. And the map, and I'll get to this later, the map is not a to-do list. The map is a way to navigate how you're going to help people in whatever capacity you want to. It's not a to-do list. It's not a checklist. It's not a business form. It's a way to keep organized the people you want to help. And if you follow it, you can help a lot of people. So basically, there's 2 ways to earn points. Every 1,200 in frontline volume, so for all your orders that you have, that is a point. And for every person that you help pay it forward that helps 5 people, that's a senior coach, that's a point. There's 2 ways to earn points. So hopefully, many of you guys get this. A lot of this is review. Some of the times you guys are like, I've just helped a few people. I'm figuring out what this is all about. So there's 2 ways to earn points. So when you hear the word points, that's what we're talking about. And ultimately, Those are two building blocks because you can't get either one of those without helping people. And that's how it works. Each rank is based off of points. And basically the only thing basically to know is executive director is 5 points. You can either do it through helping people or helping other people help others. I wanted to go over a little bit of compensation tonight just so you guys get it. I'm not going to spend much time on it because compensation is not my biggest focus. But honestly, guys, we get paid really well for what we do. So I want you guys to know what we make and also be very excited about what you're offering people when you're helping them pay it forward. Not only is it really good for them, like when someone decides to pay it forward, they just bought an insurance policy on their health journey, essentially. Like when you are so focused on helping others, it's so easy to keep moving forward, or you're putting yourself in a place where you'll continue to do this. So I just put up the ranks here so you guys can kind of see this. But a manager is 2,400 in volume. Associate director is 3,600 in frontline volume. Director is 4,800. Executive director is 6,000. And I even put 9,000 here because many of you guys are running that and above. So basically, every person starts out with 15% compensation. You get 5% more for reaching senior coach. And if you're certified, you get an additional 3%. So just right off the bat, most people here on this call are making at least 23% on all of your clients' order that you are supporting on their health journey. So for every rank you go up from there, it's another 2%. And so basically I did kind of like the sum total of every rank. So at executive director, you're making 31, director, you're making 48. And then I put the clients here. So like 8 clients is about manager. If you're a manager, you're supporting about 8 people on their health journey. 12 people for associate director, etc. But more importantly, guys, look at the income that you do here and what you get per person for supporting them well on their health journey. And the cool thing about this is if you take care of them, they keep moving forward. They bring people your way. What's awesome is as you get better at your client support, if you're supporting your clients, this honestly, you guys want to know what hooked me on health coaching was when I realized that I get paid very well based on how well I support my clients. If I do well supporting them, then I don't have to worry about getting paid. If I just sell some people some food, which I would never encourage, I've never done that. I'm just saying, but like that's my motivation. If I sell people on food, I'm not going to have a client next month. So my goal is to always provide incredible value to our clients, and that's where we're going to go with this all tonight. Is to learning the value and how to really support your clients well. So that number, this going backwards, this is one. There's 3 buckets of compensation. This is one of them. So you can kind of see the income you can get here. You can also get it through bonuses. You get a bonus every 3 months just for being certified and being over 2,000 in frontline volume. You literally get paid a bonus just for supporting your clients. It's that stinking awesome. So if you're supporting somewhere between on an average of 2,000 to 4,000, you get a $250 bonus. 400 and 6,000, a $500 bonus. And for all you executive directors here, you guys, you love that $1,000 bonus that comes in every few months, right? Like you guys, it's always nice when that comes in. You're like, yay, $1,000 bonus just for doing what I was already doing. That's awesome. There's also new coach bonuses for helping a new coach help their first 5 clients. And you also get a $1,000 bonus for reaching fully integrated business coach, which means 5 clients. So that's second form of our compensation here. And our third form is team bonuses. So if you have people that you're helping, and I can't stress this enough, you don't make money for signing up a coach on your team. And guys, forgive me if I'm a little bit Brad Unplugged here tonight. I'm just going to go over all the things that really help you be a full owner of what you're doing in people's lives. Dave Blanchard is such an awesome person in our community to help us remember how to do empathetic coaching, but he's also someone that's reminded us that if you're going to do something, do it well. And it's much harder to do something at half speed than to do it at full speed. And this is how you can understand the full value of what you're bringing in, knowing that your compensation is for doing a great deed with people. And then, so lastly on this, if I'm, apologize for being Brad Unplugged, you don't make money for having someone on your team. You make money when you help them help other people and they're successful in doing that. I can tell each one of you guys, like I'm looking at Janet, I just love your heart for helping the people and like you wouldn't do it any differently. You get compensated because you help them get a great start. And Christy and also Antonia, those are the people I see on my screen, on obviously all of you. But you make, for anyone that's below executive director, you make the difference in rank percentages. So you know how I said the ranks go up there? You make the difference in that. So when they're above executive director, you make 2.5% on their entire business. So guys, I would encourage you to think abundantly. If you sponsor someone that's incredible, like I'm watching a bunch of people here like Antonio and Annie, Janet, Dawn, Susan, Candy, Tim, Kelly, all you guys, I can't see all of you guys right now. But if you start that ripple effect, there is a lot of income to be made on the focus of serving a large group. So it's not to make money, but that's to know like the more people you reach, It's just dividends in your pockets for serving people and creating health. So I like to always say, don't discount the ripple effect. So that's what I just want to go over tonight and just kind of give you guys some kind of a layout as you're looking here, is you're not just doing this for this month. If you focus, my favorite saying, and I remember this before Ashley and I were global, is if you focus on the money, the people won't come. But if you focus on the people, the money comes. And this is how you make it. And just so, like, if you're sitting here right now wondering if I should invest or I should carve out some more time, I just want to give you guys an example, and this is how we're going to fill out our map. Say Susie Q was an associate director last month. We had a lot of new associate directors, and if you were one of them, congratulations. Let's say you have about 2,900 in frontline volume. You're supporting about 10 clients right now. Say you even had your first coach come on. You're making around $900 a month for helping the people around you while you have an insurance policy in your health journey. If Susie Q moves forward this month on and hits ED by the blended path, say she brings in 7 people, helps her new coach move forward a little bit more, helps one new coach come on because they're having so much fun in this. This is how quickly the income goes up. Just by helping a few more people, the income doubled this month to last month. So guys, I'm hoping just priming the pump for what you can do and what you can carve out more time. And the compensation finally meets what we're doing to serve people's lives here. So, whatever you want. I named the 3 buckets of compensation that you can get. So the way I would encourage you to look at your business this month is say, how do I want to serve my community? Who's on my heart? Who do I want? What matters to me? Who's like, and then line that up. And this is how the best CEOs do it, is what kind of compensation do you want to make for doing good in the world? There's amazing things you can do with this. So lining up motivation. I won't go into the example that Dave Blanchard gives us, but it's truly amazing when you make a goal for yourself based on the service of making good in people's lives. So, and then just to kind of tie this all together for an example here is if Susie Q continues on that this month and just brings on 5 more clients the following month, helps maybe some of her partners move forward in helping others, maybe doesn't even bring on a coach her 3rd month, she'll hit her rolling bonus. Her clients will increase. Her frontline volume will increase. And just right here alone, and again, I was kind of hitting on the points here because points are building blocks of people getting healthy. The total income, Susie went from making $900 just starting her business to making almost $3,000 in her 3rd month after this. So that's why we get focused and why we connect. And then guys, I just want to paint the picture of this. These are lives being changed. Like, that's the difference, and that's what the building blocks of this actually is. So hopefully this is helpful for you, but I love showing people. I mean, my wife is one of the most amazing people on this, and Ashley constantly reminds us, like, if you're going to do something, do it well. And like and if you're going to invest in a vocation, really put your all into it. And the cool thing is you step back and you look at it, an average executive director, if you're working your business smart and doing these steps here, an average executive director makes about $75 an hour. That's a pretty well-paid job for a lot of freedom for changing people's lives. So that's what we want to go over, and perfect practice makes perfect. And that's why we connect and start off our month together. So that's enough of the nuts and bolts. But what I want to go over today is the 3 simple things and how to support your clients. So many people are asking, how do I help my clients? Because guys, sometimes it can feel like pushing a rope with our clients. Feel free to blink at me if you've ever been like, wow, why don't they get that? Well, it's because everyone's got so stinking busy this last decade that they can't even comprehend anything extra on their plate. This is how you can make this very simple for yourself and make a big change in the lives around you. 1 is you start off with a map. 2, you have a contact worksheet, because guys, don't try to keep the people in your head that you want to get healthy. And it's a constant coming to each month asking myself, what do I want to create? Whose life do I want to change? And just being consistent. The last one, the 3rd piece, is a client support binder with your with your wellness profile tracking sheets in them. So these are the 3 tools. That's all you need to organize. And if you haven't done your map this month, that's what I would encourage. Or if you haven't done it yet, reach out to your support team. Again, there's only 2 places to really tune in. The calls that we're doing to help you grow your business and learn your craft. And we don't want to do a lot of them. We want to do very precise to help you learn and grow. And then connecting with your support team. They will give you the guidance that you need every single time if you ask what's next. So basically, as you start off the month, you've got your map. And again, I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to dumb it down a little bit. Like if you're brand newer-ish on this call, and even just some of the basics for that. To start off every single month, and I'm really excited about this because I actually talked with a newer executive director on our team that finally had the light bulb go off. Like, this is why I do my map. Like, oh my gosh, like I get it. They were so excited. And it's because you go, so what you do is you go here. We're all helping here, people here. And some people are kicking butt. Some people are on the edge of getting started. And some people are having so much fun that they're like, I want to know what this coaching thing is. And it's the matter of organizing them and helping them move forward one step at a time in an autonomy support kind of a way that really makes a difference. So you take your map, you go to your office in motion, you go to schedule B-Slim Club reports. You run a B-Slim Club report. You basically want to make sure you run it from month to month so you can see where your B-Slim orders are. And it'll spit you out a report in ascending order from first all the way going forward of where your clients are. And this is really important for a bunch of reasons. This is basics. I still do this every single month and I love it. So this is an old slide, but basically it can tell you where your clients are, which ones are good. Like this is obviously probably a great B-Slim. It went through last month. It'll go through again. They got good rewards. Well, this one kind of tells me like, they don't have rewards. This person is on my list, but they haven't been ordering correctly, or they haven't been ordering in the right notion. And a person that's not ordering basically means they're not dialed in on their plan, because they can't be on plan if they don't have food. Like, it's a simple math equation. And I loved figuring that out because I'm just going to help them be on track. I will get paid if I'm able to help them and just reach out my support. So helps you take an account of where you're going to be at by the end of the month, what people might need help. And that was the call with this newer executive director today, is they were like, I'm kind of not sure where this person and this person is. Well, it's like, well, that's where I would start. Your clients are good. What do you want to focus on this month? And they were like, well, these people I'm not really sure about. Well, that's who they would reach out to. Instead of just wondering and them falling off their health track, they knew exactly who their people were that needed a little bit more love to start the month. And that's why you do this. And also to be like, wow, if I just support the people I'm bringing on, I've already got an executive director. What do I want to build on top of that? You can even go back to that first kind of compensation plan that I laid out there to kind of see like, what do I want to earn more of? I'm just going to check the chat real quick and make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope, everyone. Yes, Ramon, we will have the PowerPoint afterwards. So you have the report, and then basically you can come back here, have your contact list. Make sure you haven't forgotten anyone, put them on there. And my favorite part of this is not only my clients and putting them in there, but over here on the side here, who do I want to get healthy next? And there's a whole point to this, is that you should be able to be like, who am I most excited that I want to help? You should be able to pick out some of the top people that are at the top of your list that are like either getting close, they've like basically maybe been stalking you on Facebook. You know who the people are to reach out to that are on the start of getting started on their health journey. Then there's over here where you can be like, who is following those steps and getting this so succinctly that they're loving it, that they might actually be the next person that wants to pay it forward. So it's just a way to keep track on who's evolving in your business. This is a process of a health journey, so we want to make sure we're taking account of the process. Then up here and above, I love this part because it helps you just figure out where you want to go. And props, I want to give you, Janet, props, because I saw you fill this out this month and you asked some really good questions, and it really was all in the account of who was getting healthy and where growth was going to come from. Like, I loved your questions because it all was in the service of others. And like, I really think it gave you a little more clarity on where you can even be in more of service to your clients, to your coaches. And that's the whole point of the map. And I just want to go over it a little bit more in depth here tonight, because I've had a few people do this as a to-do list. And if you're doing this as a to-do list, or I don't want to, then don't even try doing it, you guys. The whole point of this is your masterpiece. These are lives being changed. This is whatever you want to do with it. Your business is your own. The steps are simple. Do whatever you want. Every single person here is making a change in their own life and the lives around them. So make sure you're doing exactly what you want. There's a reason why there's a big white space right here, because coaching should be fun and you should be able to put down your goals and dreams and what matters to you. Like, I had one person that I met with on the last few days that was like, I just want to like have a lot of fun with my clients. Their goal, besides obviously the other things they wanted, was to just have a lot of fun with their clients. Like, I thought that was a pretty awesome goal. So whatever it is you want, just make sure that you're being intentional, just like every other area of your life. So I'm going to keep going on through here real quick, but I want to give like just another quick example. This is a really great map. They filled out everything in the bottom so they knew where they finished up last month. They've got a full list of people getting healthy on top of a contact worksheet. All their clients are laid out here. They've got their goals laid out here. They've even got their intention of how many people they're bringing in. This is a really good map. I just grabbed it really quick because I just love that when you fill this out, these are just laser focused on, okay, where's my next step that I'm going to go this month? So anyways, now that I've done that, I've done too many numbers tonight. Don't get caught up in the numbers. The map is just to clarify where you want to go. My main point is just have fun with it. And what do you want to do next? Like, you should be able to just leave this and be like, oh man, like this person, I can't believe I haven't reached out to them. I'm just going to reach out to that person this week. And that's what you do with your map. And that's how you just keep building like month after month of people getting healthy. So I'm going to check my time real quick. Susan, Dawn, I've been kind of rambling here. Anything that you wanted to add or anything you would say to what I'm saying here or anyone want to add? Susan, Dawn, Lori, Candy, anybody? No?
No, Brad, I just think it's amazing. I think it's awesome with the focus and the simplicity. And thank you for lending some real good, solid insight to the numbers. Because I think one thing, none of us are, I don't think any of us can be too numbers oriented. Like, we are very heart driven in this group. And it is very apparent. We are all heart. We're all love. We want to share. We want to help people. And so it's really helpful to know kind of the numbers behind things, to do due diligence to that so that we know what's possible. So thank you for sharing that part, Brad. I think it's really insightful. And
yeah, and I love the way you put it. I know for a fact no one's here because they're just here to make money. You guys all showed up in this call because you believe in community and you believe in the change you've made in your life. If you want something, make sure you're doing everything to the exact amount you want to be doing. If you want a raise for helping more people, go earn that raise. If you want to make more money, like I'm just looking at the people on my screen right now, Antonio and Annie, like they didn't even realize when they got a great pay bump. I remember when they hit $5,000 in income and they were like, what? Like, that's cool. Just focus on helping people, but know where it's coming from. Be CEO and just put more motivation in your tank to go get more people healthy and do what you do best. So everything an On Point coach needs this month to start off. I'm just going to do a quick review just because, our life can get kind of disheveled pretty quickly. We're all coming from different backgrounds here. If you are on point this month, these are the things that I would say you probably have. And there's so much more. I'm just going to break it down so it's very basic. Have a before and after on Facebook and an inspirational banner. You may not have your before and after up, but you know what? If you are out sharing and connecting, you want people to know when they see you in that split second that you have had a change in your health. Like, there's so many people to connect with all the time. It's all about how we're dripping on them. Our stories are powerful. No one's out doing what we're doing in people's lives. And in case you haven't given yourself enough props on how far you've come in your journey, like, you would be highlighted on pretty much all of you guys on a local news segment. You blow out of the water The Biggest Loser. You guys are amazing. So make sure you're highlighting. It's not normal in the everyday life. Know your story so that when people ask, you can share it really quickly and easy. And just like they were talking about on the call tonight, it's not about us. It's about them. People around us just want to know it works and it's something we're excited about. People don't care about facts. They just want to know, like, hey, something finally worked for me and I feel like it's magic. The map and the contact worksheet, I was talking about that, basically the map, contact worksheet, and your client support binder. And here's the big thing. And if you haven't yet, this is part of setting up your month. If you don't have a check-in day for your clients and a follow-up day, which is also a backup day, make sure you pick that out now. And if you're one of the newer coaches that I'm talking to right now where you didn't have 5 clients or 10 clients a few months ago, this is vitally important. One, to integrate your clients, because this is the call based on, like, how do I support my clients best? How do I grow? How do I serve? Just for your own mental clarity, starting right there alone, pick one day where you support your clients and put it as a rock in your schedule. Many of us have rocks in our schedule. Make sure you show up with abundance and with enough time to serve the people that you're doing, and that's how your business will grow. It's so important to have a backup day. We have such a flexibility in what we do. It's okay if life goes nutso one day. You know what? I have a backup day. It's all good. Your clients probably know what your backup day is. There's no emergencies in TSFL, but also a follow-up day, because we do a lot of dripping constantly, but there's a really good time, basically to be like, just check back and make sure the seeds that you planted are being watered and moving forward. Some people will be like, give me what you got. Like, Don, I'm looking at you right now. And you basically tackled Alia when she was our client on plan, and you were like, give me what you got. And some people here took a long time to think about it. So whatever it was, just make sure you're watering your seed. That's why you want to have that in your day. If you don't have that picked yet, please pick one. I personally suggest front loading your week. A Monday and a Tuesday are great for celebration calls if you haven't picked one out yet. But find one that's right for you, just so that your clients know that it will come along. And then a dialed in health journey. And notice that I didn't say 5 and 1, because your journey is about eating 6 times a day, moving forward in your health. And when your waistline is shrinking, your business is growing, and vice versa. So it's kind of an easy way of saying, just be on point with your health journey. Again, another benefit of health coaching is it helps you stay focused on what you're doing. Here are just some things. And guys, please don't get too laser focused into what I've layered here. People are just constantly being like, I want to be consistent. What should I do? So it doesn't have to look like this, but boiled down, these are some of the things you can do daily to keep making impacts. And I promise you, if you are consistent in this, you will see results of it. Just ask Bernadette, because she's awesome and she's been getting inbox messages of awesome stuff coming into her inbox. But I would post try to post. And again, this is a gold standard. You don't have to do perfect at this, and you can do it however you want. This is just something that I suggested that was boiling down a lot of what people do basically on a daily basis. 3 posts a day on social media is huge. And I would say 1 personal. It's because just be social on social media. You don't understand the algorithms of that, what make people pop up in your newsfeed. There's like, basically real quick, there's advanced algorithms that basically when you're social on social media, they say, hey, this person's not social on social media. Let's put them in front of more of their friends. And so make 1 personal, just the 1, so people can know you. This is a relationship business. And plus, like, you know, just having more interactions with the people around you is huge. And then 1, it's a fun health related. And please don't you don't have to post before and after picture after before and after picture. It can literally be about, like, I made a post about the dinner Ashley made for us tonight because it was really good and it was really healthy. Whatever it is, like out running, like whatever it is you do, just so that people know everything you do says something about you and you're building a brand, and what your journey and everything you're putting out there draws people to you because what you're doing is different than what most people have done. And then I would encourage 1 post in your client support page. Everyone on this call either is in charge of or is on a client support page. When your clients see you doing well and leading the charge, this is a getting healthy by modeling, and you being active in there spurs on your clients, and it also spurs on your health journey. So that's 1 thing there. 5 connections a day would be just like a quick tip. And it can be anything. It can be talking to someone. It could be a follow-up. It could be a reach out. It could be a like on Facebook. It could be talking with someone. It could be a share. It can be whatever it is you want. But if you touch your business daily, you will see the fruits of it. And there's so many people to connect with. Just choose 5 things. Like even if you had a full jam-packed day and you were like maybe on a plane the entire time, just be like, hey, quick few messages. Just anything that moves the dial forward and plants more seeds, you see the fruit from. And then lastly is a follow-up day. And I want to hit on this because people are like, how do I bring on clients? You bring them on by being in their world. There isn't a, hey, want to see if you want to get started on program. Bring value to people. And if you are serving of them, they will want what you have. And if you are direct in the things that I'm about to share with you, you are providing enough value to them that they will want to come along. They'll either come along fast or they'll come along eventually. And that's why the follow-up days is so important. So great coaching begins with taking it to the phone. So I'm going to go over some of the things that best creates the best client support as we kind of wrap up here tonight. But I wanted to, again, go over the gold standard. These are some of the nuances that will make your life very simple and really, like, I know you guys probably don't know, like, hey, Brad said we were going to talk about really good client support. All of the stuff I'm talking about here all adds up, and it makes a big difference. So this is a gold standard, which gold standard means that you don't have to do it exactly this way, but this is just a really good example. Make it easy for people when you're sharing or talking with them. Take it to the phone. Please don't answer back and forth or waste your time on messaging. And that's not me. Some people have gone, I'm just going to be super Brad Unplugged. Some people have been like, well, why are you trying to hide stuff from people? We're not. We just know what best supports people. If you message them back and forth like 50 million messages on Facebook or text or whatever or email, you just wasted a lot of your time, and honestly, you set them backwards in their health journey. You could have just got on the phone quicker, better, relationship. You could have answered their questions and been done with it and served them. So don't be a robot. Don't hide anything from them, but please don't just take it, or just take it to the phone quicker, better, more relational. And so make it easy for them too. If some of you guys feel like it's hard to set up phone calls, make it easy for people. Like, honestly, the world is so crazy busy. If you call me and I'm not expecting your phone call, guess what? I'm not answering your phone call. Like, it's just the way the world works anymore. Anyone raise your hand? Is that like, do you guys feel the same way? Any of you anymore? Which is crazy because people used to actually sit at home and they didn't have cell phones and they would call them at home. Like, I don't even know how that worked. How did they, Antonio and Andy, how did they do that? Like, how did you do that? I don't even know. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling here and make jokes. But make it really simple for someone to say yes. We're all busy enough and we all have a million decisions on our plate. When someone is thinking about getting healthy, just say, hey, I have time or this time. What works best for you? Make it easy for them to say, yes, that one, I can do that. That's how you do it, and that's how you move it to the phone quicker. If someone gets on the phone, and I just want to share this with you, and this is, again, focused on all the newer coaches, and I just love the basics of this. I'm thinking about the people I want to reach out to this week. I love starting off the month like this. Is if you get someone on the phone, whether a three-way phone call or talking with you, honestly, if you are focused on serving them, you can't get a no. You will either get a yes, let's go, or you will get a, you know what, let me think of it and let me figure out a few more things. You can only get a yes right now or a let me think about it, almost getting started. Like there's not a possible no answer if you're serving them. Our program or our different programs are a fit for everyone. So when sharing, these are some different things I'm going to go over real quick. I'm going to try to finish this up so we finish up within an hour. For all of you newer coaches, bringing in someone that helps you is always a plus. You know, and I'm just going to, again, being Brad Unplugged here. When you get started with coaching, you don't really know what it is. Some people are like, I don't want to Like I can do this by myself. If you're focused on serving people, bringing in someone to help share a story is only going to help validate and serve the people that you want to see get healthy. I would bring Dawn on to every call I could, if I could, just to be like, hey, look at what this medical, she's from the medical industry. Look what she's done with her health. Incredible. Like I would bring her on every call. I'd bring any one of you guys on any call just to show what's possible. Plus you get to learn, and it's just more relational that way. So again, if you're newer, keep bringing people on until your coach says, stop, I can't do it. Like you got this, like you're totally good at sharing. There's a 3-way call outline in the Simple Systems document. So for those of you that are in Facebook pages, if you go to the files, there's a document that says Simple Systems, and about, you can find it in there, but it says 3-way call outline, and it gives you the quick outline on how to find someone's why. Have a wellness tracker with you when you're sharing. And we hit on why before the how. So this is where I'm going to actually really get to the main points and kind of wrapping around how do you really bring on clients. And it starts with everything I talked about, but this is where it really picks up. When you start on a phone call with someone, your intuition, and you guys get a good reminder, is if you're new, this is your new intuition. And if you're experienced, you know what, just a great reminder. We want to focus on the why before the how. It's everyone's focus probably to ask some how questions. Like, Christy, how much does this program cost? And what is this meal plan, or whatever? Like they're going to ask you these different hows and whats. You want to know their why. And there's nothing wrong with this. And this is the best way to start a call. So glad we get to connect. Tell me a little about what you're thinking about here, because this is all about you. And I've been honestly, like every time I do this with a newer coach, they're always surprised, like, wow, they opened up to you really quickly. Of course they did. We just asked them about themselves and gave them a safe place to like ask questions. And so I don't quit until I have about 5. I mean, obviously, like unless it's like annoying, like have some like common sense some of the time. But like I don't stop asking questions until I have about 5 or 7 questions asked that gives me a really good picture of what they want in their health. And more importantly, most people don't know what they want in their own health. I mean, if you guys think back to when you guys got started, you guys probably had no idea what you wanted really to where you are today. And then before you even move forward on this, I'll give you the next few steps. Have fun. This is a phone call. Don't try to be too professional. Don't try to do any of this. Like, this is fun, and this is people at the end of the day. So joke around, have some fun, get connected with people, and look them in the eyes. That's so important. And then once you know their why, I don't move on to explaining the program until I know their why, or sharing what it is. And this is the main thing to remember. There are 4 components. So when I say, all right, great, okay, I think we got a match here, there's basically 4 components, and this is what makes us not a diet. I'm busting the diet mentality from day one. So they can't, because when someone's starting a health plan, they can't quit a health plan. But if you don't let them know that they're not doing a diet, they can quit a diet. So if you guys have clients falling off, or and some things just happen periodically, it's because they don't understand they're not on a diet. Even though they might say the words, or maybe you've said it, maybe it's not been caught. So explaining the 4 components: the health coach, the habits of health, the community, which is huge, and kind of explaining how that is and how they can partake in it is huge. And then explaining the fuelings last. We have meal plans and ways to fuel yourself based on what your goals are. And I always say there's a few different options. So you'll know what to basically share once you know what they've told you. And again, you can't tell them anything. It'll cut down a lot of time if you find out what they want. So I always like, we have a few plans that we coach people on, and it all depends on what your goal is. But honestly, people kind of move through them because there's different phases of the health journey. I'm layering from the very beginning that there are steps in this process, and this is not a diet plan. This is a way of life and getting healthy. It all starts with eating 6 times a day. I think you would probably like blah, 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 blah plan best. And 9 times out of 10, it's 5-in-1 plan. Because why wouldn't you do 5-in-1 plan? I mean, like seriously, like I could have lost my 21 pounds like super slow or fast. Like I'm going to lose my 21 pounds fast, right? Like Christy, like, you're going to draw it out for 5 years, or you're going to do 5-in-1 and knock it out, lose 100 pounds, right? You're with me. So, you lay that out, but I also like laying out that we can switch it up. And I like doing that from the beginning because it lets my client know that I'm ready to always hear them, and that I want to be their partner on this, and that I'm real, and I'm not going to try to convince them into doing their diet plan, and I'm not their diet coach. So I basically explain, eat 6 times a day. That'll always be a constant. That is the way to fuel your body. It's the best way our body works, and we do it in a really great way. Your body gets into a fat burning stage, low hunger, high energy. I don't explain the details. Their ears are buzzing because like, I want to lose weight. I don't want to be hungry, and I want to have energy. Like I would love energy. You'll find if you really listen, more times people will fall in love with more about just having some energy and feeling good rather than just losing weight itself. You eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. 5 of the fuelings are meals that are already made for you. They're super easy. Maybe they've seen your meals, maybe they haven't, but that's not the point. If you're focused on their why, they don't care about this stuff. Keep it really simple, and they're all nutrition based to give you everything you need. 1 time a day, you'll eat what's called a lean and green meal. It's very easily laid out. We have tons of recipes. You'll love the Facebook community. There's so many recipes in there. Like, you never have to even really worry about. And honestly, some of your meals will probably be the best meals that you've ever eaten, and you'll love them. You'll eat them forever. If you're lucky, your wife will make you them, and you'll just walk downstairs and you'll eat them, like my wife. You drink 100 ounces of water a day, and you just focus on these basics, and you'll lose weight. I like to kind of pair it to what their goal is. Like, if I can make a link to it, like, oh my gosh, like, you could probably be down that in like 2 months. I mean, it's however you want to go at it, but I'm starting to connect their dream to their reality. And then this is my favorite part. Like, if I can get it in there, it's not about the cost, but I like to get out ahead of it. It's like, it's about $11 or $14 a day, depending on your meal plan. If you guys are really having fun with your conversations, this will be a really fun topic, because it is seriously so, like, for those that don't understand nutrition or haven't done a lot of things, or anyways, it doesn't matter where your background is. Our plan is so cost effective. It is ridiculous. The quality of ingredients that we give to our clients. I mean, let's just talk about the products alone. Like, amazing deal. Like, there's crud at the grocery store that they have to pay more for per meal that doesn't have the nutrition content that they have to go to the store for. It doesn't come to their house. I mean, take away the health coach, take away the habits of health, take away the support community, take away the predictable transformation. It's a bargain. And I love people telling them that, because when they start clicking and all this is happening, they're like, that's it? And you're like, yeah, I don't even charge you for what I do. Like, it literally, then you don't even pay for shipping. It comes to your house. Like, it's amazing. And it's like, you're explaining all of this stuff. Like, they don't got to go bust their butt at the gym or do any of this stuff. I mean, they can, but you're really showing the value, and you're getting out ahead of that. And that's what I explain. And I basically be like, that's how you could accomplish your goals. And honestly, here's the last little bit. I'm covering some little like different nuances here. Show your excitement. If you're really connecting with the people you're talking to, you should have some amazing and excitement when you're talking to them, because you're talking to them about making a connection on supporting their goals. You're not trying to get them to do anything. You're not doing any of that stuff. If you're truly in service, you'll be so excited about what you're offering them. And then after I explain that, I just hit on those basic points. They don't know the rest, and they honestly don't care. And this is why we have this third part of it. If they do have anything they care about, let them ask the questions. I always be like, that's how it could work. That's how we could get you there. That's how we could start the process. Like, what questions do you have? And honestly, that again goes back to validating. This is about them. You're going back to asking them if they have questions. And they generally will have a few. So answer that. Make it tie it back to where they want to go, and make it all about them. I went on a thing here, and actually I'll just open it up. Anyone else want to add anything to this? They've really seen or really passionate about. Don, like, I can see you on my screen. Anything you want to add to this?
Brad, I just love that you talked about energy, because really what energy you bring to these calls and where you come from with your posture and your tone of voice, like, yeah, expect them to be ready and to want to, but yet you still meet them where they're at. Right. But anyways, Brad, love the energy that you're bringing, because that's exactly how it goes. And oftentimes I don't have people ask about the cost or any of that, but I love to share that right with them, and with my energy of, this is so amazing, because what we put out there is often what they resonate as well. So
exactly. People are generally excited about what we're excited about. So it's all about autonomy, support, and helping them match up what they want. So you don't really have to be that worried, especially if you're on the newer side. Like, do they have this or have that? Like, new coach will be like, well, will this be like too much for them? Or like, do they have an allergy? I'm pretty sure they eat food every single day. They will know if they need to ask about a peanut allergy or this allergy. But just in case you're worried, you can say like, hey, any things that you should be concerned about. But that's why you ask the questions. One, to clarify anything else that might be tripping them up, or to just make sure that you can answer their questions more directly. Like, maybe I don't want to, like some people, I don't know, I'm not even going to the different examples, but if you're just focused on serving them, you'll keep moving it forward. And the last thing is offer to get started. That's always the key. And guys, like, I'm just, for those that don't know me that well yet, like, I'm not a salesperson. Like, I came from a construction background where they kept trying to force me into sales, and I would have like anxiety attacks over it. Like, I won't even go to the details. Like, people would come in like with a budget to spend. They already had free money, and like, I couldn't help them spend it. That's how bad I am. So when you just focus on doing this, you want to make sure you offer to get them started. Because could you imagine if you tied it all together and just said, okay, well, see you later. I mean, how awkward, like, you know, like what a jerk. You didn't offer to help them get started. And most people don't know what it takes to get started. They think it's an elaborate process. So make sure you say something like, all right, if you're ready to get started, this is all about you. Whenever you're ready, you can actually start here today and set up your account and we can get your food on your way. It takes about a week to get it to the, or where, you know, based on wherever you're at, but always offer to get started. And I know this is kind of a weird, cheesy way of saying it, but offer in service to them and then don't say anything, because whoever speaks first loses the posture battle. And I didn't mean battle of sales. I mean battle of posture. You know, you got the question tonight is, how do I best serve my clients? And if you talk first, it shows that you're worried about trying to convince them into something. And if you just leave it for them to answer, you're letting them own the next step in their journey, and just be comfortable with whatever it happens. And most time, if you let them speak first, they're probably going to say yes. I mean, who's going to hear this stuff and talk to you about your journey, knowing they want to get healthier, and say, you know what? No, I want to go to the gym and spend $1,000 on personal training and not see any results. I want to try another plan where I feel really cruddy, or you know, like whatever. Like what we have the good. So make sure you offer and just be comfortable with the pause. I think Susan's the one that's always talking about like literally picturing like duct tape over her mouth, like after she asked that, asking questions. So get really good at that. And then just to remember the price, I wanted to put this on here just so you guys get comfortable with this process. It's $426. Oh, and let me explain something else real quick. I said $11 a day. That's our Be Slim Optimal Favorites Pack. That's what it boils down to, a day to be on plan. And that's $346.25 for their order. Guys, please make sure you're ordering the Habits of Health. Like however you start a client, there's no wrong way to start someone on their journey. But please, if you shortchange them, you're starting them off on a trajectory that's 1 degree off. And we know that 1 degree makes a difference over time. Like, you know, when they're having trouble on their journey, or they need something, or they really haven't clicked that this isn't that. You can't say, hey, pull out your Habits of Health book. Let's check this out. And you're like you didn't do that. Or if you're doing a 3-way phone call, you can't do that. So anyways, start them out. That's the gold standard. It's $346.25, and be really confident on this. And I've just been doing a lot of 3-way phone calls with some of you guys here, and just, by the way, spot on job on getting connected with so many people in your community. And many of you guys have been like busting up that when I say the price, like some of you guys are like, oh, you just said the price. And I'm so confident in it that it's not a big deal. Like when you don't make a big deal, it's not a big deal. And if you know the value and what we're bringing, it's an amazing deal. So anyways, that's the core line. And we like to use that verbiage, the core line. It's the same line that's been around. It's the way I lost my weight. It's incredible. I've used it. I'm still having PTSD. They're taking my orange blend away. Pray for me. I'm going to be okay. I ordered about 20 boxes into stock away for the next year. Literally, I really did. But that's the core line. It's amazing. Or the Optavia line. It's $426.15. That's the $14 a day. And the way I like to describe it to people is like, you know, like, where are you at? Like, you know, we have two options. You know, we have the Optavia line and we have our core line. Like, what do you care about most? Again, I'm going back to asking questions that serve them. I'm really setting up my relationship for them to know that I'm all about what serves them. And it's like, it's got probiotics, super high quality. It's got, oh, sorry, I just got a notification. My wife must have logged in from the other computer. There we go. It's got, so I mentioned the probiotics. It's got flavors. It's got the best ingredients from all across the world, different protein makeup. It's super clean and, you know, antioxidants. It's got everything you need in it. So just kind of ask them what they want. Like, what do you care more about? Again, I'm just total service to them, and they'll choose like, oh, you know what? I want the best line. Oh, I want this one. Like, they'll go with your recommendation if you just listen. And you lay out those two options. So hopefully you guys just get comfortable with that. And if you're on the newer side, just get comfortable. 11 and 14. $426.15, $346.25. And then what's also to notice here, again, if you're getting new and putting these in, when you look at the website, when they are a Be Slim Club ordering client from our website, they get the discount. It is say $358.15, but it's actually $346.25 when you place the order. It'll be taken off when you're checking off when you're checking out of their account. So, anyways, as I kind of wrap up here today, once you get them started, this is the most important part. Fill out your client sheet. If you are supporting them and being active in your health journey, they're going to follow suit more often. If you set them up from the front end, they're going to have trust with you. When they know what to expect, they're going to probably fall into place. Because people have been sold enough to, and there's enough distractions going on in people's lives. When you show up truly in service, you can't fail with people because they're going to turn to you and be like, hey, Christy, how'd you lose that 100 pounds? I want to know. And they're going to trust you when you reach out to help guide them on that path. so on and so forth. I could use so many of you examples. I can just see Christy on my screen here. But once you get them started, be sure to tell them what to expect. All right, your food's going to arrive in 7 days. I'm going to add you to this Facebook support page. It's so important. Add this to your favorites, and you're going to want to check it often. Please comment in there. It's a process of getting them going. Like, for instance, did you ever go to a party, or think back to those awkward moments in school where like you went to a party, you didn't really know anyone, but someone like showed you how to start participating? It's maybe a little weird at first, and then before you know it, you're on the dance floor. Or maybe that's just me, or no, that wasn't me. I don't get on the dance floor that often. But anyways, the point is some people will be like, why aren't they just showing up, or why aren't they doing this? You have to remember that we have to guide our clients into this community. We have to show them, and the first few weeks are about doing that. So show them what to expect. Let them know the food's going to be showing up. Let them know to call you, and send them some value added while they're waiting. Tag them in that, add them to the recipe page, and keep everything in your support page, because it really shows you that the value is there with your clients. So this is the new client checklist, and this is kind of what I wanted to go over here. But if you do these things, and if you want to take a screenshot of this, these are like the awesome things that you can do. And I'll even add some more as I'm kind of going through here as we wrap up today. But I think of supporting my clients more like a checklist that I want to check off, more than just checking up on them. And sometimes, you guys, we've been there where we feel like we're calling our clients, and if we have that feeling, it's because we haven't been in enough service to them. So send them a welcome email and add them to the Facebook group. And for those that are brand new, like, don't sweat the welcome email. Like, they get plenty of information. It's all in the Facebook groups anyways. Talk to them the night before. I personally like Zoom. I like to look my clients in the eyes, and it shows them the Zoom so they can get onto the other things that we do quite often. But more importantly, I like the eye-to-eye contact. Again, it's just a gold standard. I don't do it every single time. Talk to them for the first 4 days. And I didn't go over everything, but just keep it short and sweet and have energy on it. Like, they are starting a new meal plan for the first time. It's anytime you do anything new, it's difficult. I mean, it's challenging, it's difficult, it's a stretch. Doing new things is not easy. So be there like, hey, you've got this. I remember my first few days on plan, et cetera, et cetera. Give them some tips. And here's the other thing too, just to keep your job really simple. You're not their diet coach, so don't be their diet coach. Have fun with them and ask open-ended questions, because a lot of you new coaches, you're realizing like, hey, did you get all your meals in? Yes is not a really solid answer. Did you get all your water in? Yes. Yes sometimes means 50 ounces. Did you have a good lean and green? Yes. They probably didn't have it directly on. Ask open-ended questions like, how many meals did you get in today? What'd you find that was your normal layout for your meal spacing on plan? Which one was your favorite? Make sure to ask what your favorite is. Here's another good tip. Most people will go to the negative first. And I'm looking at all you guys here, and I'm encouraging you guys to be a positive light in this world. Don't be going around doing negative stuff. You will still joke with this. You will ask people what they like best or what's going well, and then they will immediately respond with what's going worse. So make sure you're posturing what's going well so you get more of the positive answers, because people just need to be shown the positive side of things. And I'm not talking about rah-rah. I'm talking about modeling. This is what makes the difference. If you say, how was your day? Most people will be like, oh man, it was so cruddy. Look at this. But if you lead them towards their next steps, that's how you coach. That's how you support. But again, ask open-ended questions. How many ounces of water did you get in today? What's your favorite lean and green? Which meals do you find? Just ask them the open-ended questions so that you can make sure that you're leading them towards fat burn on day 4. The first goal of coaching is fat burning, and making sure that they're enjoying the process and giving some tips along the way. And then once they reach fat burning, you're going to set up your weekly connection with them. Again, the key to this, I'm going to rephrase it a bunch of times, is how to support your clients best. How do the people do it the best of the best? You got to model ahead of time, and you got to lead them to the next step. All right, great. You figured this out. You're in fat burning stage. I check in with my clients once a week on this day. And sometimes if it goes crazy, I make sure I have a backup day of this day. You can call me, text me. You're in the Facebook group. You've got this. I'm here for anything. I will touch base with you on this day so we can keep this going. So you're letting them know what to expect next, so they're not just out there wandering. And you move it into a weekly celebration. And celebration calls should be short and sweet. They can be long, they can be whatever you want, but the general template can be about 5 to 10 minutes. Just asking them what went best this week. What are they working on in their health? And I would encourage you to focus not as much on the weight loss. You might want to catch it in conversation, but more importantly, you just want to find out what they're doing well, what they're enjoying, what's next. Like, it's going to start morphing into like sleep and exercise and healthy motion and, like whatever habit they want to get after next. Like, that's the conversation. And if you just make it about weight loss, you're helping them set up a diet mentality, because the second they fail at their diet, they're going to disappear. That's how you keep clients on a long term, is really focusing on serving them in that level and having, I can't say it enough, have fun with your clients. Like, it's supposed to be fun. Yeah, and I'm not going to go on that anymore. There's a texting campaign. If you also want an additional piece of support, this is bonus. You don't have to do it. In the Simple Systems, there's a whole document that has pre-done text for the first 8 days, a plan, and you just copy and paste it. Even if you don't do every day perfectly, you just add them periodically. It adds an extra little piece to your clients to let them know you're caring about them. Move into weekly celebration. And guys, by this time, this is kind of off topic, but hopefully we've had a conversation with them that really sucks them out of the diet mentality and into like, by the time you get them through their first week, they're making a change in their trajectory of how they thought program was going to work for them. Everyone's selling a diet. We're not. It's going to take a while for them to see the change. And if you're really partnering with them, hopefully you've layered coaching with them. Maybe directly, maybe not directly. People always ask, how do you do it? Well, it's different every single time because it's a relationship. But honestly, we should be bold about what we're doing. And we're not trying to get anyone to become a coach. We're trying to serve them along their journey. So find out who's noticing. Find out if they want to do it with anybody. Find out if they're interested in looking and paying it forward. Like, have those conversations. And a really good opening one is tell them about the referral credits. We like to offer $25 for every referral that comes our way. I mean, people shrinking and having good success and having a good time and enjoying the process is not a normal thing. When people enjoy stuff, they tell people about it. And if you're partnering with your clients, you will have referrals, unless they're just a crotchety person, and then you don't want them coaching people anyways, because that would just be bad. So anyways, ideally celebrate and introduce them. Like, you don't have to do this with everyone, so don't just think it's a copy paste. But if you really want a gold standard with your clients, try to introduce them to your health coach around day 7 or day 9. Any time is fine. I'm just saying that's the magic spot. That's the time when they're finally having success. This is really happening for them. They maybe are still like having some lingering. They probably still say diet to all their friends. Like, it's still happening. Introduce them to your coach so they can know, like, you can see more, like they can see more support in this community, especially if you're on the newer side. Plug them into the Facebook group. You have to remind them, like, it's good to tag them. Like, I always try to tag my clients for the first month and just make sure until they get the rhythm of it. Like, new things are not easy for people to pick up. That's why we encourage people on the habits of our plan. Encourage them to join the health huddle so they can see other people that don't tune in to things. I mean, they don't have to do it like perfectly, but honestly, guys, people that don't tune in don't stay on track. That's just really how it goes. Either we're pulling them into our community or the world is pulling them out. So really encourage them to join in and show them the value of that. And then basically, this is my wrap up, is help them realize they're not dieting. And so people always ask me, like, how do you feel so confident in your clients? Well, by the time they're through their first month, my goal is a race to their second order, to have them take ownership of their health journey and understand how this all works by the time they get there. So that when I teach them how to update their second order, that's kind of my racing point. I want them to be, like, hopefully noticing what's changing in their life, maybe even thinking about paying it forward because it's what they're noticing is the best fit for them. They have people they want to help. They definitely know they're not dieting anymore. They know that I am their partner and I've developed a friendship with them, even out of thin air, even if I don't know them from the first month. It's a race to that first order, because on their third week, they're going to get that Be Slim Club order update and they're going to get a 4-day notice. And my goal is for them to feel so confident at that time that they are not going to go back and they are on a health path, that they're going to follow my lead on what I show them to do. And I'm going to be listening. So when I tell them, to keep on going, the 5 and 1, it's like, hey, what have you figured out for your favorites? I'm going to show them how to update their order to 22 boxes, and they're going to do it because that's right. And I don't need to micromanage their account. Everyone's a grown up. They know how to shop, but I'm going to look out for the best interest, and I'm going to layer for them what the next steps are. And so then I just keep laying it out for them around. And here's my last and final one. After I do this, that's when I put them into the next folder 3, long-term clients. Because then I've taught them not to be a dieting person, and now I'm just having fun with them moving forward on their health. And here's just another tip. As we start off a whole nother month, I love to reach back out to people and find out what they're excited about this month. It can get monotonous to just coach people week by week. So break it up. What do you want to do for this season? Do you want to change it up? Do you want to do 4 and 2? Do you want to break? Do you want to focus on exercise? What do you want to do this month? But around the 7th week, if you're not changing up the way you're talking with them, they will get tired of plan. They will start adding extras and their results will start peaking down. And usually around the 6th or 7th week is when I'm trying to fishing for what they actually want, but I'm challenging them to recommit to the basics, because that's the point where they had so much success that it's starting to get lax. So anyways, hopefully this was helpful for you. This is how we'll move into some other topics here over the next few calls, but I really wanted to hit this one home. My favorite quote is from Becca Tinter. She did the training on the Above Senior Coach call tonight. And she said that each person you come in contact with is a door to endless amounts of people if you serve them. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but basically if you serve them, that is an example that can ripple throughout anything. So take good care of your clients and your business will grow. Janet, Andrea, everyone who shared at the beginning of this call, Christy, these are the examples. And that's why you build it small by small. That's why we do this, the forums that really help us focus on people. Because if you focus on these steps and work with abundance, it'll always help you focus on yourself first and serve the other peoples. And honestly, we get paid really well for what we do. So hopefully this was all helpful for you. Anyone want to add anything as we kind of wrap up here, Dawn? I can still see you on my screen as I check the chat real quick. Anything you want to add in here?
No, except I'm taking notes. I love it, Brad. This is so succinct and simple. All I can say is just over 6 years of coaching and really watching those nuances. Brad, everything that you hit on tonight, if people are consistent and they show up and do these things, you guys continue having fun with your clients and follow these steps, and you'll be amazed at what will happen in such a short amount of time.
I love it. I was just checking the chat real quick. Guys, love your feedback, and just a good reminder to tell all you guys how well you guys are doing at all of this. So hopefully this was helpful for you. So this month, fill out your map if that's what you choose to do. Make sure it's in creation and go out and serve people. We gave you the steps to be consistent and how to get into people's lives. If you follow these steps, it is literally foolproof. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Let's go create some integrated clients, and you can't integrate clients without them wanting to pay it forward. So these are the steps. We'll go over them a little bit more in depth in some different areas as we keep moving forward. But hopefully you guys found this helpful, and I'm just so proud and so happy to just be around such amazing people like you. Janet couldn't have said it any better, just to be around positive people that are hungry to grow. So with that being said, you guys all have a great night. Hello, everyone on the recording that caught it. I had a bunch of requests for it. So everyone, you have a great evening, and let's go take on this month. And the last of not least is I know we're heading into the season where for holidays. When you focus on serving people during the holidays, especially because our program's on a diet, you will find a way to support them on their goals. So just partner with your people and provide really good service to the people you care most about. Everyone have a great evening. And honestly, guys, just love you guys all. We're making a big impact in people's lives because of all we're doing together. So have a great evening.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely amazing.
Thanks, Brad.
Incredible, Brad. Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Thank you.
Cannot wait for the recording.